Lance?
I'm trying to get this to go live. Okay, we're live there.
Hi.
Hi.
I want to be able to be as slow as you. Like,
You're
very, is it slow or is it deliberate, Connor? My brother's deliberate. He's so slow. But it's just that he just takes his time and he does his thing.
everything's calculated.
Is that it?
Uh-huh.
Unlike Lance and I, we're so rash in the things we do. You know, like...
No, I like to sit back, take everything in, think about it, process it, and then act on that.
Okay, that is 8 more steps before acting on it than I do. I like to just think it and say it.
Yeah.
So does Lance, right,
I just
Lance?
think aloud.
No, you're actually...
I actually have never had a thought.
We are, Connor pulled his hamstring and my quads are immovable. I hope Susan's watching. Susan Harrison, are you watching? Okay, so we got some new information about our Kickstarter campaign. Connor, I need you to really speak up and enunciate when you tell everybody what we just found out.
Sure. So we've been looking at the pros and cons of Kickstarter, GoFundMe, and Indiegogo.
Those are the 3.
We were thinking we were doing Kickstarter up until about
8 seconds ago.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that may hinder our ability to do that. For instance, they don't allow for the resale of... We had just been talking about offering products and services from a number of different companies or professionals, and Kickstarter doesn't allow for the resale of those products, so that may be something that we'd like to consider.
Time frame?
Right.
60 days.
Time frame of 60 days, so if we launch on our, what we said, May 1st, we'd be done by June 30th.
And we wanted this to extend through January.
Or we thought that it was going to take us a lot of time to get $5 million together.
Yeah, so that's something we got to look at also. And I've just been diving in. I did dive into Kickstarter and looking into GoFundMe and Indiegogo, but you know, things from like processing fees and the areas like industries or whatever that each individual crowdsourcing platform targets. So like Kickstarter's like heavy into the entertainment side, which would be great for us, like film, art, music.
Yeah.
GoFundMe's like sports, education, health, and then Indiegogo is just like all over the place.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, Kickstarter's all for nothing also, and the other 2 you can receive the money even if you don't need your bill.
Ah, okay. So that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So Lance, does this change your mind in any way?
Well, it sounds like it would be a little bit harder for us to do this on Kickstarter. I instinctively don't understand some of it. We're going to need to dive into it, but I think that what we should do is we should come up with the best way that we think we can raise the money, and then try to say, okay, if we were going at these services and these products and this whole situation, is there a way that we could work it through Kickstarter? Is there a way that we could work it through GoFundMe? Can you combine elements of this? Can we do like a certain portion that we're going to do the filming maybe of a commercial? So basically we would look to raise money through the filming of a commercial, and that might be like we could raise $1 million through filming for the commercial on Kickstarter. There's another element of it that we could do on Kickstarter. There's another element of it that we could do, on GoFundMe. So there are all of these different things. We need to get at this. We should be able to figure out what the ideal situation is for us, and then back into the different places in terms of their sourcing. So that's my gut on this. But we need to sort of figure out what the right platform is to go about doing this, and what we're hoping. We're hoping that maybe some of the people here have had some experience with that.
Yeah.
And if not, then we can just jump into to this whole thing. Amber says, I love the energy behind this.
Thanks, Amber.
Thank you, Amber. Yeah, there's something here. This basically get everybody working together. This further, I think, solidifies our community and gets everybody kind of working together
Which is the
towards
goal
a goal.
here.
Yeah, that's what this whole thing is. This whole thing is about everybody being.
Are you wearing your Pumas?
I don't have Pumas.
Samsa 72404545 says, what's the problem? I can help. Again,
I want someone to come to me every morning and say, Jenna, what's the problem? I can help. Will you be my best friend? Lance, give the problem.
So the problem, I don't know that we have a problem. I think the
situation.
we have a goal. We have a goal. We have something that we want to do, which is at the core the reason that I'm here, and I think the reason that Jenna's here. Darren just says, just give $5 million. That's, well, hello, Darren.
If
First of
someone
all,
has $5 million, please just hand it to me. And
Oh, I think we're not.
bury you a child.
Well, I don't know that somebody giving us $5 million to have you bury a child is what this show is about. I think
Maybe
you're. I think.
somebody wants a
I
child
think you
for
are a
$5
lot
million.
more. I think you have a lot more to give the world than just burying a child.
A small me?
Small
That's
you,
a lot.
I think, can basically, yes. What I've seen out of you is the ability for you to basically mobilize and take a
All
whole
right, so tell
community
this
of
person
people.
what you need.
So
What we
the
need.
what we're talking about doing is we're talking about putting together a commercial for the Super Bowl, which at a bare minimum is going to cost us $5 million just to be on TV. It's going to cost us $5 million. We're obviously going to need to film a Super Bowl commercial or film a commercial. So what I was thinking about is maybe there's filming $1 million maybe having a Kickstarter to do a $1 million commercial, filming it, and then there'll be another way that we'll raise money to actually get that commercial onto the Super Bowl. Shoot, give me I forgot I put the coffee, the teapot on. I'll be right back in a second. Talk for a minute.
Yeah. I think staggering the.
But we still have to raise $5 million.
Yeah. So I was actually thinking about this. If we did raise, we were looking to raise $5 million by, what did we say, January of 2018. Producing a commercial is going to take at least 3 to 4 months between shooting, editing, with all the things we want to do, right?
Right.
So maybe the staggering of the Kickstarter with like a longer GoFundMe for the actual ad slot might be the way to go.
Right, and so we start breaking this thing down. So what Darren says, donate to a show where comments are ignored because Lance needs to tend to the coffee maker, LOL. Darren, I now have this thing here. Look, I can now read the comments going back on Periscope because Connor, who in his own way of getting at the right answer, got at the right answer, and now I can go and do this. So Eliza is at, how about mics? Darren, you missed it. On the last segment, somebody was talking about how high quality our broadcast was. How about them apples? Yes. So, Eliza Horner says, is the purpose of the commercial to advertise for the show? Darren's asking about Have you really not sent the thing to Darren?
What?
Darren, didn't you post? Darren, it's posted on your Instagram, Darren. Darren, I've seen it posted on your Instagram. It definitely got there. Dude, I think there's something posted there. I'm going from memory now. So Eliza's saying, that was John's? Oh.
Right,
Why would Connor just choose?
What does he need?
He needs a headshot.
Can I just go grab one? Right. We're gonna,
Can you address Eliza because you keep interrupting her?
I'm sorry.
The
The purpose of the commercial is to advertise for the show. Yes, we're going to advertise the show on the Super Bowl. We're going to show everybody. We're going to come up with what the commercial would be to introduce the world to the Jenna Wolf Show. We would actually come up with the commercial. And then from there, we would go into 48 hours live of the Jenna Wolf Show on Periscope. Obviously, some of us will sleep some parts of those 48 hours, but at least the three of us, and hopefully all of you, will come along with the rest of the world and try to bring the world all together to have a social media conversation for the world. A social media conversation for the world is a little different than what's happening on social media. So what's happening on social media right now is a lot of antisocial activity. What we're going to try to do is get everybody together in a way that everybody comes together and makes the world a better place just because we're all friends. Yeah, everybody has different viewpoints, but that shouldn't be what defines us.
Here, Darren, are you ready? This is for you. D-A-R-R-E-N.
D-A-R-R-I-N.
D-A-R-R-I-N.
Right, Darren? Right, Darren?
No, I think it's E-N.
I got it right, Darren? He said wrong. I'm assuming I got it right. I think I've read Darren's name way more times. D-A-R-R-I-N, right. Here it goes, Darren.
So it's E-N? It's I-N.
It says amazing. This is like pulling teeth.
D-A-R-R-I-N?
Darrin.
Okay, I went all out for this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Never seen anything like
I've never written this to anyone.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Darren?
Darren, I'm now seeing, I'm going to just take a picture of Jenna holding that up. And Darren, I am assuming that Connor is going to send it to you, but if not, it'll be...
I'll bring it to you myself.
He's going to UPS it to you.
I'm going to do a job at USPS and bring it to you myself.
Connor should know the address since he's already sent one, Darren says.
6 times.
So, all right. Eliza Horner says, make Jenna's show trending. I'll start thinking of some ideas. We need to break the internet. I get you have a massive audience, but there must be a cheaper way. That's why you're going to get the show trending. Yes, we are going to try to, there's a cheaper way, but I don't think that there's as large an audience. And what we want to do is we want to try to get the whole world. But if there's a better way, and if there's going to be a faster, better, cheaper way,
we are all ears.
we're all ears to get everybody in the world to know and participate. And it might just be that we have a 24-hour marathon one day, or to introduce the concept. That might be that we start small.
We're on the air for 24 straight hours.
We do a 24-hour Jenna Wolfe Show marathon as a way of doing this as a start in a couple of weeks, and we get that covered as a way of starting to do this whole thing. So it's basically breaking down the marketing of the marketing of the marketing.
But we have to tell some people about that.
Well, that would be the idea, is to basically tell people, and that's what this is all about, is what is sort of the, you know...
We might need a little help in telling people. I know you want everything to just happen naturally and organically, but...
No, I think that we reach out to people and get that all going.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we're talking about doing is, yes. Oh, Eliza Horner with a good idea, a Guinness Book World Record. So we may actually maybe have the longest...
I think Regis and Kelly did it for like 48 hours or something.
We might already have a Guinness World Record for longest live
streaming something.
Yeah, sure.
I know we have a world record for longest land story. We broke that like 5 different times already.
You think that this show has broken...
Easily, you've broken your own record. Every
My
time
own
you
record.
tell a story, Guinness is like, oh guys, did you hear? Lafer. Yeah, Midtown Manhattan. Oh, there's Lafer again. 1 up for Lafer. Live.
Do you know what I actually did one day? So...
when the story starts with so, Guinness just perked up.
I did a walk around Manhattan to raise funds for malaria. I started at midnight in New York City and went for 22 hours until I kind of collapsed.
Yes, and you got like $70 million.
Not me, but that's 70.
So do you
that's
think you
the
can do that for our
conference.
show?
If we could do that, that would be good. Darren wants a date with Connor for funds.
Darren, you surprise me sometimes.
He says, I'm sure that will bring millions. Todar R. Esquire, I think that's Todar-esque, says, I know I went to johnmalkovich.com due to his commercials during Super Bowl. This should work. Ren Bean said...
Just Ren, remember?
Ren, I'm sorry. Ren said to Darren, when Darren was begging for the picture, which I don't think he was begging, he said that he called him a beggar. I don't think that Darren was begging. I think he was just part of the comedy of the show. Judy1534 says, I was telling my family about the Jenna Wolfe Show over the weekend. Everyone watching needs to bring in a family member or a friend. How about this? Right now, everybody who's watching, maybe you can share it if you're on Facebook. Maybe you can retweet it if you're there, or you can just do something else to tell your friends. Amber says she's been telling friends.
But this one isn't exactly the one to retweet, because this is not our typical show. This has been the Lance Lafer show.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I'm just saying.
But part of
this
being
isn't...
but part of the Jenna Wolfe Show is, I think, what do they call it? Not the
peripheral.
Not just the peripheral characters, but there are the
affiliates, the offshoots. Sounds like first word, 2 syllables, Sounds like
It's the people who are part of a show, like
the ensemble.
the ensemble
The
of the cast, right? The ensemble. Oh, I'm sorry, my vocabulary is not large enough on call, but it's not a word I normally use.
No, I know.
So, but yeah, we're ensemble characters of the Jenna Wolf show. So
Yeah.
I'm an extension of the show, and Connor's an extension of the show. And sometimes, if we're going to become a 24-hour show, we're not going to be able to get you all 24 hours.
Correct.
So, but that's part of what the Jenna Wolf show will be, is being involved with the ensemble characters.
Correct.
So we're part of the extension characters. So I'm sorry for talking too much. Darren says, "What does 'you surprise me, Darren' mean when you say 'you surprise me, Darren'?"
Is you seem to be obsessed with Connor and other. Just Connor.
I appreciate that.
I was gonna say other. Never mind.
Right, and Darren wasn't begging. 100%. You were just pointing out that Connor had
not
sent
begging. In fact,
far-
you actually didn't want it.
You didn't want it anymore, right? So it wasn't begging. To Da Rescue or Dave Adler from Bing. Hi, Dave Adler, Bing. Maybe we could get some free search results for the commercial. Bing is Microsoft's
Oh yeah, Bing.
thing. Darren suggests we sell the couch to get funds and bring back the tailgate chairs.
Tailgate chairs. Karen, that's actually the worst idea. But your heart's in a really good place.
Amber
I'll have
says she has to run. She
take it
catches all
off
tomorrow.
my cold, hard, dead body if you're gonna take the couch away.
Darren says a date with Lance to raise funds. No, Darren, we want to raise funds. But, so. Alright. So Eliza Horner says an idea, beat Al Roker.
At running, Connor will do it. He's really good at racing people.
Yeah, but I can only do it once.
All right, go on.
I'm in trouble now because Darren has now said, after talking about having the date with me to raise funds, he's now pointing out that he's obsessed with me, which is going to
Okay,
be...
which surprises me again, but I would be obsessed with Lance if I was on a different team.
Got it.
Got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Toad Rescue or Dave Adler from Binghamton, not Bing.
Oh, from Binghamton. That's where I was for a long time. Yeah? Says?
Bingo Town Dave. So Eliza Horner says the Guinness World Record, it was talking about Al Roker, didn't he go on air for
Oh, that's right. He
24
went
hours
on
straight?
air for 24 straight hours.
On
the Today Show, doing the weather for 24 straight hours. He took 2 breaks to go to the bathroom.
Oh wow,
Maybe.
so we would have to do, maybe we could do 2 people being on air for 20.
4 hours. But no one's ever done it. Look up Regis and Kelly. I think they did a talk show for 24 hours.
So we could figure that out. Darren says, all seriousness, Lance, I think more artwork by you to raise funds. So I have more artwork. I could definitely be bringing that in. Thank you, Darren. I actually, the whole auction side, I should talk to you. I did have a conversation about that. We can talk about that offline. And Toda Rescue says, worked with Jenna and she rented from my dad.
What?
That's the one guy from Binghamton, Adler. He said that you rented from his dad?
Oh, what did your dad sell?
Rented. I'm assuming a place.
I know exactly where my address was, 180 State Street. I can't believe I remember that. That's where your dad had apartments? It was a gorgeous apartment. That had to be it. Dave Adler.
Patty Sogstead says, I hate that Instagram doesn't show you love until a while after you've been on air. Cool. All right, so back to the...
Live. Doesn't show you live. Doesn't show that we're live.
I was just reading what it said there.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't show that she's been...
Correct.
Yeah, you might... Did anybody today send in the email from 180 State Street downtown?
Yep.
that you rented from.
I don't remember that, but I know how much I paid. It was a beautiful brownstone. It was like $385 a month. Can you believe that? It
In
was
Binghamton?
like, yeah, in 1990. No, what am I talking about? 1996.
Wow.
And I was like barely scraping by to afford it.
So Todorescu
Doing
says,
the same thing I've been doing.
David Adler says, I was running the teleprompter during Pete Harnish.
No way! You ran the teleprompter when I called him Penis Pete? Dude, that's amazing. I'm always looking for that clip. I saw it one time on America's Funniest Home Videos, and then I never found it again. How do we find that? I will send you a... What do you want? I will send you something that we have, if you can produce that video. I will give you my Jenna Wolf hat. Show me that hat. That's a really cool
We should
hat.
actually, I need to take a picture. I thought I took a picture with you of you with it the other day. I was searching in my thing and I didn't find it.
No, you didn't, because I have my hair. But
Oh, you
since I'm
profused-
bolting, I'm gonna go leave soon. I'm gonna put it on.
Thank you.
That was really cool of you to throw it over there so that it didn't hit me.
Yeah.
Or were you trying to throw it?
I was trying to hit you. I was trying to hit Connor. I just had bad aim.
Alrighty.
Is there a Jenna Wolf hat?
Jenna Wolf hat.
Maybe you can also model the Jenna Wolf shirts for you.
I wore it to bed the other night.
Did you take a picture, like whatchamacallit? That would have been good.
I know, because I was in my bed gear.
What do you have, night braces?
Shut up. Can I like look in a mirror or something?
I'll snap a picture.
How does it look? Well, I feel like my ears are a little.
Here, look at some of the pictures.
Okay, thanks. That's not the one. All right, let's carry on with the show while we're looking at pictures. Delete immediately.
Yeah, delete the ones you don't
Delete
want.
immediately. Hey, did you get anywhere me smiling?
I snapped like 10 or 15 pictures, Jenna.
That's a keeper. That's a good one. Oh my god.
You almost got sick.
Yeah.
I look like it's
I
gonna
can't
fall.
believe you deleted that other one. That was so funny.
Don't worry, there'll be more like that one.
It's not. I mean, I don't think anything's on top of that other one.
That one's not great. I mean, was I smiling at any point during when he did it? So that's.
I was the one taking the picture. Ren was saying maybe Connor could get
That's the only one we got.
benefit from photography lessons.
I'll just take it myself.
Toda Rescue says, yep, and the cryon with the word scrolling through after was
I'm
funny.
gonna do that again. There you go. Okay, say it again, Lance.
Says, yep, and the cryon with the word scrolling through after was funny. And says he does have video from when you hosted the changeover from NBC to Fox.
Wait. Not the Chiron, the Chiron.
Chiron.
So tell me what you have. So read that for the last time. I apologize now that I know what he's trying to say. Yes,
Yep,
and?
Yep, and the Chiron with the word scrolling through after was funny. That's the Pete
Oh.
Harnish.
Oh my God! Can you email Lance? His email is laifer@gmail. LAIF like Frank ER @gmail.com. Can you email him and I will send you this hat for just a link to that video. Both of those pieces of video. I only saw it one time. I was watching America's Home Videos, and out of the blue, I popped up, and there I was talking about Penis Pete. Almost had a heart attack.
Ren says, I'm an easy target.
What does that
Thank you, because Darren's now obsessed with me, and I'm an easy target. Yes, I guess I am. So,
All right. Well, we didn't get much accomplished.
Laifer, L-A-I,
F-E-R.
not L-E-I, he was typing L-E-I, it's L-A-I, F like in Frank, E-R @gmail.com. So, Ola Richard says, you look great in that hat, Jenna.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Ren Bean, so is Connor, but Jenna criticized and I'm obsessed with him. She likes the guy and so do I.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm trying to read the comments here. So basically back to trying to bring everybody back into this whole thing. We're trying to figure out what the right platform is for us to go about doing this. And so we need help. Seems like Kickstarter has a lot of regulations regarding not selling products, and I think that a big opportunity for us is to actually have our advertisers, potential advertisers, get involved. And Ren Bean is saying now we are confusing the hell out of everyone. Thank you guys. But basically what we want to try to do is if anybody has any expertise in this or can help us with looking through what would be the most appropriate platform, we would appreciate that.
All right, cool.
And where's my phone? Did you get? Oh, you have my phone
Right
over there.
All right, so Lance knows this stuff a little bit more, and he's got a lot of things going through his head. This is more his bag than mine, so I'm gonna let Lance take over the last hour here, and he's going to.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna turn all of the cameras on me for this.
So you can read it.
So I can read it. We can do it, and we'll see what happens. This will be our first time we have the cameras backward facing.
Okay.
Essentially, and we'll see how we go with it. We'll be back, and I will try not to embarrass you, and you enjoy the last hour and feel better.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
That means you knock this out. I want to get to the. I want you to have a lot of.
We're going to be focusing on products that should be a part of this and the whole way of going about doing this and taking this. This basically started out the day after the Super Bowl with Tony Kendall suggesting that we run a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, it did.
And it might just be that we go the old-fashioned way and we just we do some sort of GoFundMe, we do some sort of this, and we go out and we sell advertising and product placement in our ads and we figure it all out together.
Could do
But
that.
let's get going and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool. Thanks, guys.